Aloha, everybody! I'm back with some more content. Unfortunately, though, streams are still going to be on hiatus, and uploads are going to be sporadic, because I still, even though, as many of you know that follow me on Twitter, I got an iron infusion yesterday, so that helped with my energy a bit, but I still have surgery. As of this upload, it would be next week. So, we'll kind of be playing it by ear, but my Dear Hatchet Man, the game we're playing today, had its day 2 update. And I have been waiting for this for like so long. Ever since I played the first day, I have been so excited. I wanted to see more of this Hatchet Man. And I think the update just came out like this past weekend? I think? I don't know. One of my commenters told me about it. Thank you. Shout out to them. But, because I wouldn't have known otherwise, because I was kind of like, oh, it updated? When did that happen? But enough of me jibber-jabbering. Let's get into the main event. I was like, hang on, let's go back one. Yeah, we fell asleep. That's how we ended off day 1. TV's making some funny noises. Wait, what does that say? That's just something. The better to it you. The better to something with me. The better to something with me. Okay. If you guys know what that said, let me know down below in the comments, because I was struggling, man. I don't have my glasses on, so my model can track better. Ah! Whoa. Whoa is right. I could have sworn I heard the door. Was that a door sound? I thought it was our TV going badonkadonk. Ow. Hit my knee. Holy shit. My head was pounding from the intensity. What a way to start the morning. I think that's our phone. Whoa, that's loud. Where is it? There it is. Now, please. About right there. Right there. We'll keep the sound volume and the voice volume a little higher. About right there should be good. I've gotta stop waking up like this in a cold sweat. What's up with me lately? Someone might be stalking me, that's what's up. Check messages. My hand scrambled to where I had left my phone. It only took a few minutes before the vibration signaled me where it was located. There you are! No new messages, not from anyone I knew in particular. Just usual social media notifications that I wouldn't be bothered to check. And a missing person alert. It's probably what violently woke me up. It gave me a basic info description, but it seemed to be out of my control. I decided to ignore it. I let out a yawn as I stretched. Despite sleeping on the couch, I was more than comfortable. No soreness, no nothing. It was quite rare. Now, what to do to tackle the day? Apparently eat. Need noms. Oh. I guess I should probably eat. Nom 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 nom. I love these posts. Thanks, Fascist Stampede and Bill Zyper. I love these posts. Oh, it says do not look. That makes me want to look. It makes me want to look. First thing first, I need some new clothes to wear for today. Her room was practically overrun with dirty laundry. I could barely make out the shaggy carpet floor by the mass amount of sweaters, pants, and underwear. Yeah, I don't have a lot of laundry, but I do need to do laundry myself. I just need to wash like my jackets and stuff. Ugh! I didn't mean to do that. I should clean this up, but my empty stomach was winning the battle of this one. Not that I had much money, but I needed to get at least a few groceries. I don't plan on starving to death. Where are we gonna get? It was a little earlier than I expected to get out. It was the earliest I've gotten up in a while. Not since my first few days living alone. Geez, back then I was practically glowing with the ambition to start classes, ready to face any challenges head on. Until now, that is. I would either show up late or barely manage to reach my classes. It felt like a chore, like most things. Ugh. Yeah, definitely get that. Most days. I hope I don't wake up at all. Aw. That's depression for you. Oh, I wonder who... Erica. She doesn't usually call. We mostly talk through text. It got me curious what she could possibly want to call me for. Hello? Erica?
You made it.
Althemia? Hi, I'm not interrupting anything important, am I? Nope. I'm just on my way to get some food, but I'm fine talking. Is there a reason you called? I was only met with silence, but I could vaguely hear Erica make some sort of noise like she was deep in thought. Eric? Are you free later? I guess.
You guess.
I rolled my eyes. I don't know. What do you want me to say? Erica had this strange sense of dry humor. It flew over my head. I constantly worry if I ever say the wrong thing to her. It was hard to tell by her blank expressions. Sorry, let me rephrase. I just want to know if you want to study together for Professor McCroy's. My roommate is off to do some arbitrary adventure, and I don't want to be cooped up here. How does that sound? I could get caught up on some things. Rather than rotting in your hermit cave. Erica was unfortunately sort of aware of my situation. She has this almost supernatural sixth sense of being able to read other people. You wound me, Erica. I'll meet you at the park. With that, we both hung up. Yes, those are my plans for today. I continued to walk, taking the opportunity to make a mental grocery list. I could pick up the faint sound of... chopping? Chopping wood. It must have been Alan. I followed the sound to where it led me, not too far off from the small neighborhood of the college dorms. Even when I went into the thick wood, I could still see the house from a distance. Huh. I didn't realize our house was such a beacon. Also, this music is like so calming. It kind of reminds me of Minecraft. Kinda. I've been playing a lot of Minecraft lately since I haven't been able to do much, so maybe that's just my brain's way of saying more. Occasionally, the sound would deafen, but I was getting closer. Alan had to be around here somewhere. That is, if it was Alan and not some other weird guy from the woods lurking about. I snorted out through my nose at the laughable idea. If there's like more than just Alan in these woods, I'm moving. I'm out. Bye! There he is. It only took a few moments of walking and I was able to spot that familiar wild man from the woods. Oh, doe eyes. What a pleasant surprise. Can't help yourself but go in the woods, eh? I'm just as surprised as you are, Alan. I just followed the sound of the chopping wood and I figured it was you. I could see beads of sweat slowly falling off of Alan's temple. I still want to know, like, what's up with all these wounds on him, or if he did, like, or if he got these from, like, chopping trees and stuff. I doubt, maybe, I don't know. This one looks like it has stitches, so I'm concerned about that one. There was a bunch of small pieces of wood scattered around him. He dropped his hatchet to the ground and dusted himself off any remaining wood chips. Just gathering firewood. It was starting to get cold in my cabin, and I used up my last batch last night after I dropped you off. A fireplace and a cabin in the woods? Sounds like you're living the dream. Alan's hand went to the back of his neck and he laughed. Far from it, but... He took a second to pause. A huge gust of wind blew away some leaves, dancing along with the rustling of the branches from the trees. A short, cold breeze hit us by surprise. It's nice most of the time. He looks kind of sad. Is it not nice today? It looks nice today. You're the type to say you are one with nature, huh? Is that really a bad thing? I get to feed the raccoons from my trash. I can't imagine what else I do on a Wednesday night. They're like my pets. I mean, I guess you could call them your pets, but like raccoons eat everything. Raccoons? Ellen, that's how you get your face scratched. Ellen flashed me a smile, not speaking, but proceeded to point to both of his cheeks, almost as if he was showing them off proudly, like badges of honor. Don't tell me. Did he get those from raccoons?
Rocky and Horde can be quite a handful. It was all my fault, though. I was being a little pushy with them.
You named them? I like giving them names. Oh, my stars. This man here. This man here is trouble. Oh, so there were multiple animals included. You should meet them. They are cute little guys. I do want to meet them, though. The animal lover in me is like, please. As long as I can leave with a full set of eyes, nose, and mouth by the end of it. I'll be sure they won't even touch a single hair on that head of yours, Doe Eyes. I simply shook my head. The idea of raccoons sounded cute, but I know not to mess with the wildlife. That's still really dangerous, Alan. Alan's expression seemed like that of an innocent kid who had no idea what he did was wrong. Hey, I'm still alive. Besides, you should have gotten the hint that I disregarded most things. He didn't complain about living so dangerously when I stole that chocolate. Damn, he got his hair. Hey, don't drag me into that. You stole that chocolate. And you're my accomplice in the eyes of the law. That makes us both criminals, my doe. Oh, so badly. I want to say, arrest me then, officer. And I also want to scream, nope. I'm gonna be cheeky. I volunteer you as my cellmate. That way it will be easier to break out of prison. Ellen laughed at my jailmate escapism plan. Sounds perfect. I wouldn't mind you being my partner in crime. I can pick the locks for us. Of course you can. You are trouble. Of course, you know how to pick locks. We continued to play around back and forth. It took nearly a solid minute for it to die down until we were left with a small, awkward silence, but smiling at each other nonetheless. It was only then that Alan finally said something. By the way, is there a reason you came to find me? Actually, I got out of my house to get some food, but I heard some chopping noises and I instinctively knew it was you. Alan's eyes stared. His eyes, so cute. Alan's eyes stared at me. I could tell his face just brightened up. Aw, you knew. I did. I could have sworn Alan giggled to himself, his face turning red, and he swayed around ever so slightly. I stayed a bit longer for small talk. I'd forgotten why I was out here. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'm asking Alan to accompany me. Are you interested in coming with me to the store? I gotta get some food so I can stock up my fridge. Are we gonna steal stuff? Oh, my stars. That face. Instantly, with that face in the ceiling and the no. His face grew sinister. I'm gonna guess he got excited about stealing again. Oh, my stars. Pull it, Ellen. You might have swindled them by stealing candy bars, but I highly doubt we're gonna get away with scot-free with actual piles of food. You don't know that. We're not gonna rob the store, Alan.
Ooh.
I bet it to you, too. Alan poked out his tongue at me, playfully, of course. I began to walk away, leaving him in the dust. His freakishly long legs only took 2 or 3 steps to catch up to me. We both walked to the convenience store. It was nothing more than just a casual hangout between us. As we entered through the doors, there was another employee eyeing us suspiciously the entire time. I wasn't sure what their deal was. I wonder if they knew about Alan's shenanigans. They were mostly keeping an eye at him, glaring him down as Alan was invested in the rotating hot dog grill. Definitely not rotting. They left us alone once I paid for my food. We got to my place, bags in hand. Quite the walk, but nothing we couldn't handle. Doomsbury was ideal to walk around and go to places that were easily accessible. They say fall was the best time of the year in this little town. I can already see some bright yellow and orange leaves cascading down from the trees before resting on the ground. It was pleasant to see the seasons change right before your eyes as time swiftly went by. I honestly love fall time just for that, and I'm like super excited because now I live out in the sticks, and so that means I get to see trees actually change colors. And I am so excited for when fall comes back around. Alan was right behind me. He awkwardly stood at the doorstep. His lips were pulled into a thin line as he seemed hesitant to enter. Don't be shy, come in. I beckoned him to take the first step. It was like trying to let in a cautious stray animal, lost and confused. Alan finally stepped in, and creaky floorboards of the house releasing a soft groan under him. Alan seemed to settle himself in immediately, heading to the kitchen first before I could even tell him where it was. I guess he was hungry as I was. Yeah, this place is older than the town itself, but hey, it's home for now. I don't mind. You'll work with what you got. The fact that the to-do list still says sleep and cry just kills me. Like, mood, fam. Mood. Ooh, coffee. I dropped the bags of food on the counter and Alan followed suit. I rummaged through, taking out the key ingredients to make breakfast. Or brunch, by technicality now. I was surprised how much food I was taking out of the bags. I didn't realize my eyes are bigger than my stomach. I mean, shopping hungry isn't really the best idea first thing in the morning, especially when you haven't eaten in a while. I mean, yeah, but you also get a lot of food, which means you have a lot of leftovers, and it can last a bit, so... Okay, I'm not, like, the best person on this. So... what are you in the mood for? I want pancakes. I'm in the mood for pancakes. You cool with that? Ellen smiled, seemingly happy with what I picked. I could go for some pancakes. Anything specific you want to add? I don't think I have much on toppings, but... Before I could finish my sentence, I pulled out a small plastic box. Blueberries? I don't remember getting these. I looked back at Alan, who in return gave me a cheeky look. There's nothing else to say on the matter. He sold the blueberries. Oh my stars. My feet took me to the fridge, prying open the door, still struggling with the stubborn handle. I managed to do it, thankfully. I turned my back to get anything else I needed for our breakfast. I could hear some shuffling from behind me, followed by Alan positioning himself next to me. Let me help you there, Doaz. I jolted, startled by how close he was, but nodded as he settled in. Okay. If his face scratches were caused by the raccoons, though, what caused his arm? I still have questions that need answers. You know how to cook, Alan?
Yes.
Yeah, actually, I don't really eat or make much food at home, but breakfast is always my specialty. Alan turned up the heat from the stove and placed the pan on top. He extended his hands out, and I proceeded to give him the ingredients for our pancakes. I could use this type of teamwork around. Specialty, huh? Am I in the presence of the finest breakfast chefs in the town? Well, I learned from one of the best types of teachers. Oh? And who would that be? I wouldn't want to bore you with that. I let out an offended noise, placing a hand to my chest in a dramatic fashion. You're not going to tell me? Come on, you can't just say that and not expect me to be intrigued. Man, he really doesn't seem like he wants to answer this question. Sorry for the random sounds in my voice. Allergies are killing me. He's not gonna tell me. That's something that I noticed. Alan seems to know a lot more about me than I do of him. I kind of want to keep the conversation going. Being mysterious all of a sudden, I quipped, crossing my arms across my chest while Alan kept silent. I caught wind of a frown on his face. It appeared I might have touched something sensitive that Alan doesn't want to talk about. Maybe I should lay off him. The familiar voice of Alan interrupts my thoughts. He was leaning in closer by the second. I could practically feel his breath on my face, practically inches away. He was getting closer. I'm just gonna. Aww. I pressed my lips to his and he leaned in. Alan seemed like he had been longing for it. His hand raised to my cheek, craving more. He was nearly devouring my face like a starving dog. It's getting hard to breathe. I tried to pull my lips away just for a moment to catch my breath. Ow. He smashed his lips again. I began to shudder. My hands made their way to his chest. It was a pathetic attempt to try and pry him away. The kiss was magnetic and I only wanted more. Our hot breaths hit the other's skin. Who knew Alan could take my breath away? Was that good? I only let out a breathy, short laugh. I think you're rather greedy. Alan's thumb ran across my cheek affectionately. His touch felt warm and comforting. But I think I could also get used to this too. His eye! I can't get over this face. It's just so cute. There was a pause of silence between us, but the sound of my heart beating against my chest roared through my ears. I couldn't read Alan's expression. His eye was only staring into mine. What could he be thinking about? I think we should eat now, huh? We don't want the food to get cold. I awkwardly said, writhing within Alan's arms to the counter. And, sorry, I didn't mention this sooner, but I have to meet up with a friend later. Oh, his face. The biggest derp face I've ever seen. Alan's face seemed to fall. All the joy and positivity now sucked out of him. You can come if you want. I'm sure Erica wouldn't mind. His face didn't seem to change expression. Not even an eye twitch. Erica. He mumbled under his breath, carefully considering the invite. If you don't want to, then that's okay. No, I'm going. Okay. I blinked at him. Well, if you're sure. Alan smiled at me as I grabbed our plates. That was a little strange from him. I hope I didn't make him feel obligated to come with me. Oh, is this the park? It's so pretty. It looks like the perfect place to just sit and read. After some time, I was able to remember where the park actually was. I don't visit much, only came for the occasional walk. It wasn't too busy around this time. There was the occasional kid here and there. The place is often taken over by old people feeding the pigeons or students from the campus. If I was really lucky, I would listen to some live music from music groups and get tips from the locals. I even heard about really late night college parties being hosted, but I wasn't usually invited to any of them. The telltale signs, if a party did happen, the park would be littered with those typical red Solo cups. I looked over to Alan, expecting him to have something to say, but I was met with an unpleasant look from him. What's with that face? Mister! He seemed off. His eyes scanned around, almost like he wasn't on guard. He saw that I was looking at him and instantly smiled at me, trying to come off that he wasn't bothered at all. I nervously flashed him back a grin in return. Althemia? I hear my name through the whole commotion of the park. There sat Erica on a bed of green grass and intricate lacy pink blanket spread on the ground. She set up the study date like a picnic. She even packed snacks and drinks. You made it. I briefly waved at Erica as we both approached her. Her usual apathetic face never faltered, even when she caught a glance at the sight of Alan. Oh, you brought a friend? She looked over to Alan. She seemed a little taken aback, in all fairness, I probably should have advised her beforehand. You don't mind, hopefully? There was an awkward pause. Erica nervously adjusted her skirt before giving a response, but she still kept a cool head. No, that's fine, but this means I didn't bring enough food to feed all 4 of us. 4? Althemia! I heard a voice coming to my right, and I was met with a bright, cheerful face. Aww!
Hey!
Hey, Althemia! I recognized that dorky smile from anywhere. Stu? I slowly blinked and the hamster wheels in my head quickly started to turn.
You're here! It's been so long!
Probably because I'm an antisocial butterfly. I stood there for a couple of seconds in complete shock. The bastard! I haven't seen since high school. I couldn't help but smile at him. What the hell are you even doing here? You didn't tell me you were around. I wanted to surprise you. Isn't that cool? Erica said she knew you and agreed to invite me to the study date so we could see each other. Hesitantly agreed. Yeah. I didn't think to realize me and Stu were letting our conversation get in the way of the study date until Erica cut it short, clearing her throat sternly. Mind telling me that change of plans, Althemia? Oh, right. I nervously rubbed the back of my neck and gestured to Alan, who was standing right behind me. I didn't take into account that Alan was being left out of our chit-chat and my reunion. This is Alan! We crossed paths not too long ago. As soon as I introduced him, I was met with silence. Erica and Stu looked baffled. Alan hasn't even uttered a word. Hello? Hi. Alan's voice shook me up a bit. I couldn't help but let out a nervous laugh. Pleasure. Hey. Man, what is with this tension? I could cut it with a knife. Actually, I could cut it in half with scissors like a piece of paper. Everyone falls into awkward silence, only the natural folly of the park filling the dead air. I mean, don't we have studying to do, guys? Like, come on. Come on now. I have to think of a conversation starter. Quick! Stu. So, Stu, why are you even here? Well, it's my job to bother you, is it not? I roll my eyes. That's not what I meant. I thought you said you didn't have a chance to move here, so... As my words trailed off, Stu scratched the back of his head, uncomfortably letting out a nervous laugh.
Your guess is as good as mine. I don't know what the forces of the universe are doing, but I'll be sure to thank them.
Huh. I rolled my eyes at that, but chortled out a laugh. Loser. Dork. Idiot. Jackass. Ahem. Before me and Stu could continue playfully throwing insults at each other, Erica interrupted. Sorry to ruin your little reunion here, but Althemia, have you forgotten why we're even here in the first place? Oh, right. I nervously laughed and rubbed the back of my neck. It felt a little humiliating to be scolded like a child by Erica. There's that, then. I look over to Alan, smiling up to him, only to be met with an unpleasant scowl. He was staring daggers at the two in front of him, but once his eyes met me, his expression softened. My knees fell into the pit of my stomach. Usually, Alan was more or less talkative with me, but then again, he told me he never really interacted with anyone else. I'm the only one he had spoken to. Quite frankly, I thought he was kind of exaggerating. I mean, Doomsbury was a small college town. Almost everyone knew each other, even if it was through a friend of a friend. We all sat down together, all in a neat little circle. The basket of food perfectly sat in the middle. Alan sat the closest to me, dropping down to the grass and positioned his knees up to his chest. I saw Erica take out some assignments in a book we had been assigned. Should I go over the lesson for you? That would be nice. Erica nodded at me, graciously placing a pencil right behind her ear while flipping through the textbook. Throughout the day, we mostly talked amongst ourselves while Alan and Stu sat in awkward silence. I looked over to Erica, noting how her fingers lightly traced over the text on the surface of the page. The book Erica was holding caught my attention. It looked rather old, the edges already fading from its original color, and the paper crinkled with every movement. So what book did you pick for our assignment? Erica turned over to the cover of the book and I read the title. Whispers of the Hanged? The title sounded a little gruesome. So, what's it about? The actual history of the Salem witch trials. It goes through all the grim details of what women of that time went through. The excruciating executions. That's a bit barbaric, eh? There was a beat of silence. Erica gave him a look. I wasn't sure what to describe it. Was that anger, surprise, or both? I feel like I should say something, but let's just no. Read it. Clicked it. No. Why won't it let me click too? There we go. Let's just ease the tension. It is barbaric, but that's history, you know? I forced her to laugh, trying to get others to join. The only one that did was Stu. Helen simply crossed his arms and Erica remained silent, but looked down at her book. Not a fan of real-life violent crimes. Or reading it, for that matter.
Good thing it's not your assignment, then.
Yeah, good thing it's not your assignment. Anyways, well, so much for that plan. I did the best I could. The tension was so thick you could cut it. Hey, Althemia! Stu waved in front of me, graciously saving me from this awkward moment. I hope you didn't replace me already. Look at you making friends. I let out a sigh of relief, and I was sure that Erica did so too. All attention was now on Stu. If I knew him well enough, he would try his best not to appear socially awkward. Hopefully he can ramble his way out of this one. This takes me back when we used to do homework together. Remember? Oh yeah, you copied off of me. You let me. And not all the time. Stu stumbled on his words and let out a pout. We would study in that old treehouse of yours, when in reality we would watch anime. I smiled at him, memories flooding back, and with so much warmth still lingering in them. I was pretty sure Stu's parents knew we weren't even studying before studying, but they didn't stop us. Stu gave me a smile, shuffling closer to me, naturally drawn to me again. Anime? I jumped, startled by Alan speaking. Stu appeared so as well, his face going white as he looked over my shoulder. I didn't even know Alan stood right behind me, his hot breath at my neck. Yeah, do you watch it too? Alan wasn't planning on replying anytime soon. He was like an on and off switch, only replying with as little to no words as possible, and became silent again. Every time someone tried to calm down the situation, the atmosphere would become hostile again. I'm starting to regret bringing Alan with me. I tried to speak to again.
Listen, man. I'm trying to be as friendly as I can with you.
Stu spoke up before me. There was still some hesitation with the way he spoke. We're trying. He proceeded to gesture to both him and Erica, much to her surprise.
I get that you're also a friend of theirs, and we don't have to be your friends, but throw us a freaking bone. You don't have to be here.
there was a beat of silence, my heart could stop right then and there. Who are you again? Do you even have plans after this whole college thing? From what I've seen, I can't really see you having a stable career. Any backup plans if it goes south? Okay. Okay.
Okay then, that's it.
Erica closed the textbook she was currently reading. I think we should call it off from here. I blinked a little, taken back by Erica's abrupt leave. Erica? I can't concentrate like this. We could try to plan out another day to study, hopefully with no other interruptions. There was a beat of silence as Erica gave Alan a side-eye. Alan only drilled holes in her in return. Without a moment to lose, Erica packed everything, but let us keep the snacks she brought. See you around, Althemia. Later, Stu. I watched her leave, feeling a bit defeated. I guess this is also my cue to leave, huh? I looked back to Stu, blades of glass falling from his pants as he patted himself down. Sorry things got out of hand. We could hang out next time when you're free. Stu gave me a reassuring smile and bid farewell. He didn't even bother to say anything to Alan. I mean, I don't blame him with how things turned out. But that was awkward. Well, that was a disaster. I couldn't stop replaying what happened over and over again in my head. Seeing Stu and Erica's faces be so upset and even unsettled, I wanted everyone to get along, but... Doe Eyes? Are you mad? Alan didn't seem to get it. Really? What makes you think that? I snapped at him, rubbing the bridge off my nose in frustration. I just wanted to go home. And here's Alan walking behind me like a lost dog. I didn't mean to upset ya. Oh, so upsetting Erica and Stu was with intent, right? He winced as we both reached the door at the front of my house. Well, you did invite me. He spoke in a mumbling, soft tone. Alan looked down at the ground, anxiously hitting it with the tip of his shoe. His eyes looked at me like if I just kicked a puppy. He had a point. I did drag him to the park, but how was I supposed to know he would have pulled a stunt like that? I felt like Erica was beginning to enjoy my company. Stu was there for me after so long. Was this whole thing my fault?
They shouldn't have left you.
Huh?
They left you. I know I'm not the best to be around other people, but that doesn't mean they can leave you behind when things get intense.
I didn't. I stared at him as he did so with me. It only hit me that, unlike Stu and Erica, he stood by my side. I'm still upset, just a bit less on him. I don't know why I didn't expect him, a woodsman all isolated by himself in some cabin, wouldn't get along with other people. Then, why is it when I interact with him, he's so easy to talk to? I sighed. Mind if I stay? Whatever. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some extra blankets and a pillow for you. Oh, you don't have to, Doe Eyes. I can't leave you pillowless, Alan. Besides, I'm kinda cold. I quickly ran upstairs to my bedroom, leaving Alan by his lonesome for now. Luckily for him, my bed was swarmed with multiple blankets and pillows. It was like my own little comfortable nest where I could rot away. I picked up a decently thick, cozy blanket and a pillow bundling up in my arms, the corners dragging across the floor as I awkwardly made my way downstairs again. I could even see the steps of the stairs with this blanket wrapped around me, like some sort of cocoon, but I managed to make it out alive. Helen gave me a smile, still sitting on my couch looking like a dog waiting for its owner. I could throw the pillow at him. I kind of want to. I'll hand him the pillow. I decided to be nice, walking over to him and simply handing him the pillow. He gladly took it off my hands and placed it on his lap. I plopped myself beside him on the couch, throwing a blanket across the couch. It slowly landed on both me and Alan, taking its warmth. Now it was just us, opposite sides of the couch in the cozy glow from the TV, in silence. Yeah, just us. Hey. Hey. I smiled warmly at him, but there was this dreadful, awkward silence between us. My eyes wandered off, panicking on what to say next. It's been a while since I've watched some TV. Thankfully, Alan brought up a topic. Same. Haven't sat down in my living room and watched something in a long time. Those were not the words. Yeah, I read that. What? Anyways. I heard some shuffling from the couch. She was getting closer. You know, we're kind of having a Netflix and chill session. I nervously laughed, scratching the side of my cheek. What's that? Helen looked at me with those big, confused eyes of his. You don't know? Helen shook his head, leaving me dumbfounded. I guess that makes some sense. He lives out in the woods. He wasn't exactly someone I would take to understand modern slang. But he must have some knowledge, right? God, now I have to explain what that means. Well... it's like a thing people do. It's sort of a casual date or a hookup thing, you know? That was a terrible explanation, Althemia. So, do you want to call this a date? I mean, it's on the casual side, like you said. If it's too casual or something, we can just say we're hanging out. I could only look at him, too stunned to speak. But I sensed he was waiting for a response, for me to hint at something more. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Helen tilted his head to the side like a confused dog. He had his whole focus on me. He shifted closer. Well, think about it. I gave it some thought, huddling my legs together. I was hesitant to answer. What could I even say to him? I wasn't even sure how to feel about the situation. Helen just walked into my life, and he was just kinda... here now. This is like a head scratch moment. Like a pesky stray following me around and refusing to leave. I occasionally looked back to Alan, those hopeful puppy-like eyes staring back at me. I can't put my finger on it. It gets hard to befriend people as you get older, especially when you don't have a group to back you up. As I spoke, I didn't face him. My eyes stayed glued to the ground, piecing together whatever my mind thought of. But having someone like you immediately click feels freeing. There's a beat of silence before I felt some weight shifting on the other side. Next thing I knew, I was being pushed down to my back. Ellen slowly creeping towards me. Then, that's a good thing, right? He had me cornered. The most I could do was just to lie there stunned. Huh?
I could get rid of everything for you, Doe. If you let me.
I swallowed nervously. I couldn't speak, like something was stuck in my throat. His eyes pierced mine. It was almost uncanny that I couldn't guess what he was thinking. What should I even say? Don't look at me! Real life Althemia doesn't know what to say either. It felt like an eternity of nothing but silence, and my heart beating like a drum. I wanted to stay quiet as this silence would take me out of the situation. Well, but Alan is not letting go without an answer. Oh boy. Oh boy. The last two concern me. I just don't want this to go R18. I'll say that I like him. Because I'm scared this one might go R18. So I'll say that I like him. Maybe I would like that. Maybe I like you. Helen huffed out a short, breathy laugh. That's what I wanted to hear.
That's what I wanted to hear.
I felt his calloused hands reach for my face, and he leaned in, sealing both of us into a kiss. It was desperate and needy. Alan clung to me like his life depended on it, and I didn't try to pull away. I couldn't help but find it intoxicating. I can barely breathe. Alan. I guess about to breathe some air, leaving Alan breathing heavily and looking at me, those eyes gawking at me like fresh meat starved. Immediately, Alan attacked the crook of my neck, peppering kisses and nibbling at my sensitive skin. Then he bit down. Wait! I know it's not the most romantic setting, but are we really doing this? Do you want to? How R18 is this gonna get? Like... Needless to say, it got hella R18. Can we maybe not? Helen's eyes softened before peeling them away from me. Yeah, sorry, we can stop. Alan pulled himself away from me, letting me sit up on the couch. Normally. I might have gotten a little carried away there. His voice sounded almost pained and disappointed. I awkwardly rubbed my arm and shifted uncomfortably. Helen finally looked at me, his eyes widening with a puppy-like stare. I couldn't help but feel a little bad for him. I should at least make it up to him, right? Let's just take things slow, okay? Here. Pat the seat next to me. I softly patted the cushion next to me to get him to move closer. Alan looked a little hesitant, but he followed suit, scooching over. I laid my head on his shoulder. It was a little awkward, but I soon warmed up to it. Comfy? Alan nodded, and we both sat in peaceful silence again. The TV softly drowned out our surroundings, and my eyes began to grow heavy. Oh, it just ends there. I thought we were actually gonna like fall asleep on him, like the train scenes where the anime girl's just like ploop onto his shoulder. Oh, that was awesome! I absolutely loved that. Words cannot explain how much I like this game. We got new characters. Like, we got new voice characters, not background characters. That alone is amazing. We got to see more of Alan. We got his yandere is coming out a little bit more. And we got to be a friend that we grew up with. Which means we get to learn more about our character's backstory too. Not just Alan's backstory. So this is so cool! Oh my stars, I can't wait for day 3. I absolutely cannot wait. Look at all the patrons. Look at all you guys. There's so many of you! But, oh my stars. I need more. I need more. I 100% need more, and I cannot wait for more. I'm gonna put... Is there like a little bell on itch where I can hit a bell and it notifies me when the next day's out? Because I didn't get an email or anything, and that upsets me. Like, huh? Where's my email? Man, RenP is really cool, though. All the cool things you can do with it. And I know a lot of people, like, diss on visual novels because, oh, it's just a book video game. Ah! Have you seen the games made on RenP, kind people? RenP is amazing. I kind of want to poke my head into RenP to see how hard it is to actually make one of these. Something tells me I'm going to get lost immediately and, like, be so confused. But oh my stars. I absolutely love that. Okay, before we actually end the video, I want to see what happens here when we make our leave. Like, I can't stay much longer. I should get some food before I pass out from malnourishment. Ellen gave me a worried expression. I felt a little bad for making a joke like that. I know that some people take skipping meals very seriously. I tried to eat as much as I could. I wasn't trying to starve myself on purpose. I just forget to eat, and sometimes it felt like a chore. I know that mood. Sometimes I also forget to eat, and then I eat like I haven't eaten in years. If you didn't eat, that's the life of a college student for you. Alan, speaking of which, I gotta do boring class stuff. I'll see you around when I get the chance. Oh, wait, I stopped dead in my tracks with Alan calling out for me. Leaving so soon? We could hang out some more. How about we get you something to eat first? I appreciate it, Alan, but it's just me doing some studies. I wouldn't want to bore you with that. I don't look like a kicked puppy. His eyes growing wider and clasping his hands together. I can already see him going down on his knees and begging me at this point.
Come on.
Sorry, Alan. Helen, I have to go. Sorry. I turned around, setting my sights to head to the convenience store like how I originally intended. Helen's tone sounded disappointed. I felt kind of bad to leave him behind, but I didn't have time to faffle about with some guy I just met. I needed food, and I had to meet up with Erica later. I made my way out of the woods, a few twigs scratching my pants. I was greeted again by the worn-out sidewalk, the path lining on the horizon, along with the houses on the other side of the street. I didn't waste any time hurrying to the food box, nor did I want to be late for that study date. It's not like my grades were the worst, but they could be a lot better. The most recent grade on my English assignment was rather humbling. The image of Professor Morcroy shamefully shaking his head was burned in my mind. Ugh, not that I'm disappointed in you. I was hit with the cool air-conditioned breeze as I walked in. The same usual ding of the store was then followed by the most unenthusiastic welcome from two employees, both in unison. They looked so dead. My hand reached over to the stack of plastic baskets, and I made my way around the store. I thought about what I could even eat, checking the prices so I wouldn't be within my budget. And perhaps buy a snack on my way back home. Just a little treat.
Huh?
Althemia? I was pulled out of focus hearing my name being called.
Oh my god. Is that you?
Yeah, unless I checked, it's me. I look like somebody else. I heard a voice coming to my right, and I was met with a bright, cheerful face.
Hey!
Hey, Althemia! It's Stu! I forgot his name. So we meet Stu here early, if we don't bring Alan along. I recognize that dorky smile from anywhere. Stu? My eyes slowly blinked and the hamster wheels in my head quickly started to turn. Fancy seeing you here. If I weren't in a public area, I would have dropped my basket right then and there. Stu flashed me a grin. The bastard, I haven't seen him since high school, standing right before me. Seeing me here? How the hell did you get here? Why are you here? It's my job to bother you, is it not? That cheeky comment he made was met with a playful punch on his arm. Stu let out a soft oof, rubbing his side, but he kept that smile on his face. That's not what I meant. I thought you said you didn't have a chance to move here. So? As my words trailed off, Stu scratched the back of his head uncomfortably, letting out a nervous laugh.
Your guess is as good as mine. I don't know what the forces of the universe are doing, but I'll be sure to thank them.
Don't mind my dogs in the background. Well, dog, it's just tenant barking. You got accepted? Stu didn't give me an answer. His teeth flashed a proud smile and a wink, his hand comically placed under his chin. And you didn't tell me? Well, I was going to. You see, I want to believe that. Stu... Look at his face! Oh my stars, it's so cute! Stu pouted his lips. His brows creased together while throwing his head back like a child, not getting the toy he wanted. And I will be right back. Let me go see what these doggies are barking at. I'm back, and I honestly don't know what the dogs are barking at, so... But they wouldn't stop barking, so I gave them both a dental treat. And, like, that seemed to have satisfied them. So, you know, whatever works. Stu pouted his lips. His brows creased together while throwing his head back like a child not getting the toy he wanted.
At least say you're glad to see me.
Okay, that's enough torturing the poor guy. I can't promise that I can hold myself back. It's been a while since I've last even spoken with Stu. We used to text each other almost every other day. But over time, our conversations would stop being engaging, and eventually he just stopped responding. I shouldn't dwell on that right now. I mean, he's here now. I really am glad to see you, Stu. He smiled at me. Yeah, it's nice to finally see you again. We both fell to a silence with Stu's eyes falling to the floor, and his hands stuffing the bags of his pocket. So, got any plans right now? Oh, I almost forgot what I was even here for. Yeah, actually, I was gonna make breakfast and study with a friend. Oh. Stu shifted awkwardly in place. His well-worn, scuffed white sneakers tapped at the tiled floor of the store. By that tone of his voice, he sounded disappointed. That's too bad. I was looking forward to catching up with you. Stu's lips slowly tugged at a sad but hopeful smile. His eyes widened, all teary-eyed. I let out a loud sigh. I should be happy that he now has the decency to reach out to me this time. However, I can't just let him tag along out of nowhere. Stu, do you want to come? His face brightened as if he wasn't begging me to take him out just a minute ago. Oh wow, Althemia, I would love to. Yes, that settles it. Aight, come on. It has been forever since I've last talked to Stu. While I didn't add much to the conversation on our way to the park, he kept things lively, even making me laugh. It's been a while since I've been this happy. So, anything new lately? Have classes been easy on ya? Made any friends? Well, made a couple. Those two being college classmates I barely talked to and a guy I just met. I'm guessing this Erica person is one of them? That she is. Stu gave me a playful expression after he had pestered me with questions. But I love Stu, and he is my best friend. I hope he doesn't embarrass me in front of Erica. While we weren't close by any means, Erica did try to talk to me. Whether that was because she truly wanted to be a friend or she pitied me, and I don't really want to know. Erica has told me that she doesn't usually pass time with classmates outside of class, so that she had too many instances of guys wanting to borrow her bras. Okay. Yikes. Yikes is right. Althemia? I hear my name through the whole commotion of the park. There sat Erica on a bed of green grass and intricate lacy pink blankets spread on the ground. And she set up this study date like a picnic. She even packed snacks and drinks.
You made it.
Drinks, I should have grabbed a drink while I was up. Oh well. You made it. I briefly waved at Erica as we both approached her. She is really pretty though. Her usual apathetic face never faltered, even when she caught a glance at the sight of Stu. And who's this? Oh, so they don't meet in this one. Ah, this is a friend of mine, Stu. Hey, nice to meet ya. Name's Stu. Stu, tone it down. I sighed and Stu extended his hand toward Erica. The look on her face, I could tell she wasn't exactly charmed, at least from what I could see. Erica took Stu's hand. Her usual dead expression eyes never faltered. Pleasure's all mine. Her voice remained monotonous, but there was a drag to her words, almost like she's sarcastic. I stared at both of them, two extremes shaking hands. One was happy to be there, and the other's one's gaze slowly made their way towards my direction. Erica is staring daggers at me. Want to tell me to change the plans, Althemia? Sorry. It was kind of last minute, and I haven't seen Stu since high school. My rambling was cut short, and a slight shiver ran down my spine. It was so hard to tell what Erica was thinking due to her blank demeanor. Maybe I should just shut up instead of coming up with an excuse. Well, are we gonna study or not? I packed some lunch just in case. Both me and Stu look over to the setup. There are only a couple of things that could be eaten along with small amounts of snacks scattered. Stu frowned. I guess there's not enough food for one more. Well, what do you think? No. There is a beat of silence. It looks like if looks could kill, Stu would be dead on the spot with Erica's cold stare. Even I felt a chill down my spine.
Good boy.
Fast learner. Good boy. Keep up. Erica. That's crazy! Erica immediately perked back up and walked back to her spot, with us following suit. Stu looked at me with a puzzled expression, confused about what happened. I could only return a supportive, albeit apprehensive, smile. Erica didn't brush him off or insult him outright, so I guess that was a good sign. We all sat down together, both right across from me. The basket of food perfectly sat in the middle. I saw Erica take out some assignments and a book we had been assigned. Should I go over the lesson for you? That would be nice. Erica nodded at me, graciously placing a pencil right behind her ear while flipping through the textbook. Throughout the day, we mostly talked amongst ourselves. Sometimes Stu would join in with brief conversation when he got too antsy about being left out. It's not that I was purposely trying to ignore him, far from it. But him being a part of our study date wasn't exactly the plan. I care enough for him to come along, but then again, it's not like he gave me much to think about. It was very last minute. I don't know whether to feel bad or be frustrated at Stu. He was the one who wanted to tag along. My eyes kept glancing over at him. He kept looking behind him, staring up at some bushes and trees, and the occasional stray dog walking around. Anything to distract him, I figured. Hey. I lost my train of thought when I heard Erica calling for Stu. I'm surprised by that, even more so Stu. Erica was the first to reach over the picnic basket, pulling out a cold drink and handing it over to Stu, his eyes widening at her in surprise. What? You think I wouldn't offer you at least a drink? I'm not that rude. Take it. Sweet. Stu beamed, shifting closer to Erica and reaching out to take the can of soda, only for Erica to pull back out of his reach. Say the magic words. Uh-huh. Oh, my stars. I'm just messing with you here. Stu could only let out a lighthearted but nervous chuckle, grabbing the soda slowly as if he was afraid that Erica could pull another move. Maybe I should have warned him about Erica's dry sense of humor. It was awkward, but it was good to see them getting along at least. I didn't know much about Erica. Her presence was intimidating, in an admirable kind of way. She was just so cool. I wanted to get to know her better. I'm not trying to imply that Stu is a complete loser, but that we were both complete losers back in the day. I know that high school reputation doesn't exactly matter in the real world, but I still welcome the change with open arms. I looked over to Erica, noting how her fingers lightly trace over the text on the surface of the page. Let's ask about the assignment. The book Erica was holding caught my attention. It looked rather old, the edges already fading from its original color, and the paper crinkled with every movement. So, what book did you pick for our assignment? Oh wait, we already read this part. Whispers of the Hanged. Oh, there goes my pups again. Most were hangings, but there is a case that involved being slowly crushed by heavy stones. Think like a medieval hydraulic press. And we haven't even covered the awful conditions for those kept in jail. Literally waiting for months without a trial, many of them being tortured during it. If I'm starting to ramble, you're free to tell me to stop. No, you're fine. That's rather interesting. Come to think of it, Salem is not that far from here, right? Erica nodded at me. She looked beaming with enthusiasm that I engaged with her in the conversation. Yes, back in the day, Doomsbury used to be a safe haven for those who were accused of witchcraft. Erica smiled at me, her eyes shifting back to her book cover. Before we could continue, we heard an awkward cough coming from none other than Stu himself. Oh. Stu, we were making small talk about our assignment. What do you want? I totally had forgotten he was even there, I was so wrapped up with Erica.
So?
Do
you guys...
Uh-huh.
watch...
Uh-huh.
anime?
Oh, my stars, his face. Well, Stu, considering I'm an anime girl on the internet, I'm pretty sure I do. Oh, great. Erica looked over to me with an unamused look, but there was a tiny smile slowly creeping in. Not much, but yeah. Stu perked right up, happy to be included in the conversation. He sighed in relief. Cool, maybe we could have like a watch party. I was thinking we could have a show play in the background. Dubs are way better now, so we wouldn't have to be laser focused on subtitles. It can sort of work as white noise without getting completely confused on the plot. Erica let out a hum, almost like she wasn't even going to try to entertain the idea. What kind of show were you thinking? I was taken a bit by surprise. Was she actually considering it? I could see Stu darting his eyes to look towards me, as if he was crying out for help. I was thinking you two would like Crimson Face. It's a mecha anime with lots of action and humor. I'm not a fan of mecha like that, though. Another hum erupted from Erica. Mecha isn't really my cup of tea. I'm more into magical girls. I'm sure we can find something that could work. What are you into, Althemia? Slice of life. Huh, I didn't even think of that. I guess it could work pretty well for white noise. Most of them are pretty chill and have low stakes.
Hopefully we don't take too much time from your body pillow girlfriend.
Damn. That got a snort out of me. Erica didn't have to read him to filth like that, but it was funny. You have no idea, Erica. Huh? I'm joking again. She let out a proud, almost smug smile, leaving Stu dumbfounded. Oh, my stars.
I figured you were. I thought you even had someone following us just to mess with me more.
Huh? What?
I beg your pardon?
I could see Stu's soul leaving his body. Haha, come on guys, you totally got someone to follow us around, right? I look over to Erica only to be met with the same confused expression I have. They were staring at us at those bushes over there. Stu pointed over his shoulder, but nothing was there. Nothing but an uncomfortable silence between us. Luckily, Erica stepped in to kill off the awkward tension. Okay then. Erica closed the textbook she was currently reading. I think we should call it off from here. I need to get back home anyways. I blinked a little, taken back by Erica's abrupt leave.
I swear, I'm not crazy.
Stu's frantically waved his arms, a pathetic attempt to convince Erica to believe him.
Don't worry, it's not entirely your fault.
Entirely? I can't concentrate like this. We could try playing out another day to study, hopefully with no other interruptions. There was a beat of silence as Erica gave Stu a side eye. Without a moment to lose, Erica packed everything, but let us keep the snacks she bought. See you around, Althemia. I gave her an awkward wave, which she returned, but then she eyed Stu. There was a beat of silence. I couldn't tell what she was thinking. It was nice knowing you, Stu. Why was that morbid? She didn't sound peachy, but not angry either. Just her usual tone. That had to be a good sign, right? Just like that, she left. Once she was out of sight, I slowly turned to Stu. I gave him a look. Haha. I'm not sure whether to be upset or be left dumbfounded like he was. I groaned. This could have gone better. Althemia? Hey, I'm sorry. It's fine, Stu. I said, you know, like a liar, waving him off. If I interrupted something, you could have. It's okay. Stu quieted down, noticing my disappointed tone. Was I being a little harsh on him? I guess I can't really blame him for wanting to hang out, but things changed. Or at least I'm trying to change things. We both sat in an uncomfortable silence until we both bid farewell to each other. During the whole walk to my dorm, I kept my eyes glued to the ground, feeling like garbage. Maybe I was a little harsh to Stu, but he should have known not to change my plans with Erica. I'm trying to make friends and get a new life, or as much as I could. I did miss him an awful lot. Seeing him felt like old times. And it made me feel some type of way. Good times, bad times, all in a confusing mixed bag of emotions. I wanted to try and move on from the past, but I can't help but clinging on because it was familiar. Doe eyes! I snapped out of my trance hearing someone call out. It was Alan. He was sitting on my porch holding his chin in his hands. He had a wide smile, happy to see me. Not gonna lie, seeing him made me feel better. Alan, what are you doing here? Waiting for ya. I tilted my head, cocking an eyebrow at him. How long have you been sitting here? Alan finally stood up, placing his hands behind his back and flashed a bright smile. Not long.
I missed you.
Aww. I rolled my eyes, scoffing as I reached over to the doorknob passing by him. Did Alan seriously wait for me all day? For me to get back home? It was weird to say the least. Although picturing Alan sitting here all by himself was an amusing scenario. Hopefully none of the other students got freaked out by him. Alan, we saw each other this morning. That doesn't change anything. I was looking forward to hanging out with ya and all. I managed to open a door, not wanting to throw him out like a stray dog. I decided to let him crash for the night. Aw, you poor baby, I said sarcastically. Alan was right behind me. He awkwardly stood at the doorstep. And he seemed hesitant to enter. Don't be shy, come in. Oh, this is like this morning, except now at night. I beckoned him to take the first step. It was like trying to... Okay, we read this. I think this is all... Yeah, this is all stuff we've read. I will, real quick, though, throw the pillow at him before I end. Hey, Alan, think fast! I threw my pillow at him with all the force I've got. I expected him to be caught off guard and watch him be hit in the face. However, to my shock, he quickly cocked the pillow with his hand. A soft hit sound could be heard from his palm. Alan simply gave me a smile after placing the pillow on his lap. Thank you, though, he said cheekily, sticking his tongue out. Boo! Okay, I think that's all the new stuff here. Okay. Well, you guys stayed to the end of the video. Thank you guys so much. And if you liked what you seen, hit that like and subscribe button. Comment down below your favorite part of this game so far. And you guys already know mine. It's whenever, I can English. It's whenever Alan makes his cute little puppy dog eyes. I just can't. It's just so cute. But anyways, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.